atmosphere. So the chords, A minor. That A minor is your best friend, I think, for the whole thing. Next one is an F. Traditional F is, you know, the bar chord. I don't do that. I kind of play basically a C chord, adding my pinky to the 3rd fret of the 4th string, and then a G. Okay, and then when we get to the chorus, we're going to do some bar chords: G, C, G, D minor. The only time it's thrown into this tune is right here, and then that's really it, right? So we'll do this. So if you can't do the arpeggio, the arpeggiated notes, I mean, you could always just kind of palm mute it, and that's kind of the rhythm throughout the course of the tune. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and free of charge for this video, you've got the garbage truck outside. So if you hear that, that's what it is. So just to let you know. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go to the other chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, to the G. So that's kind of the chugging pattern, but you know, I think the key to the tune is the. So what are we doing here? So we're going to hold the A minor shape, okay? Starting on the open A, which is the root of the A minor, we're going to just go right down the strings. 1, 2, 3 of that chord. So 5th string, 4th, 3rd. Okay? So what I'm doing is 1, 2, 3. The 4th note is the open B string, and you hold that for 2 beats, well, twice as long as the other notes, I guess. And then we're going to come back down to that C note, which is the 2nd string, 1st fret. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay? On that A chord, A minor. We're going to switch to that F I just showed you. And here's why I play the F this way instead of the full bar chord. Because we're doing the same pattern, but just in a different shape. So we're going to go switch to that chord, starting on the same string. At least that's how I do it. All right, so A minor, F. Now, I think the tune actually, the F note is the note you should be hitting, but I kind of cheat and I go right to the C to make it just easier for that transition. Okay? And then we go to the G, and I play the G a little funky because it's played a little bit differently. Same thought process there, but just as far as how we're going to do it. Root, 3rd string, 3rd fret, 6th string. All right, so it's going to be 3rd fret on the 6th string, 3, and then we're going to go. I think it's 4 and 3 open, and I'm going to hit the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then open. So all together. And then we let the A minor ring out. You can play it up here if you want for bar chord. Okay, so all together that pattern is going to be. So that pattern will repeat at different parts of the song. When it's not doing that during the verse, it's just going to be palm muted. We had broken up good just an hour before, right? So only just palm muting. Basically, it's almost like playing playing power chords. If you want to, you can play true power chords. I'm doing is playing the power chords on the rooted on the 6th string. A, F, G. 5th fret, 1st fret, 3rd fret. Okay? And then listen to the song because the verse will have some of this. And then it will change over to the... It's the same progression, same timing, and just whether you're strumming it, palm muting it, or you know, single note picking. Okay? The chorus, a lot of power chords here. So it's going to be an F to the C to the G, D minor, F again, to the C, and then to the G. And this is how I do the G. I play it with 3, 2, open, 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 and then 3 on the high E string. Because what I do there is I like to pick the open strings for the transition. Okay? So again, F on the 1st fret, C, which is on the 3rd fret, 5th string, to the G, 6th fret, 6th string, 3rd fret, your D here, D minor, rooted on the 5th fret, 5th string, back to the F, to the C, and again, the G, you can just kind of, what I tend to do is, I really let this note here ring out the G on the high E string. And then it goes back into usually the verse. And I do that a lot as well. I will just kind of do different variations just to kind of keep from getting bored and mix it up a little bit. The only other thing that I do is that later on in the song, actually as the song's almost on its way out, that G coming out of the vert, I'll play it up here. So just like your D chord here, but we're going to move that D shape to the 7th fret. Right? Back to the F, to the C. Now the album fades out, but you know, you can kind of just end it on the A minor. That's why I kind of like playing the bar chords sometimes here, the A minor. Just give it a little something extra. All right, so it's really the whole song. So you've got your intro, right? The verse is going to be just the same thing, the same progression. And then other parts of the song, you'll be playing note, you know, single note. And then the chorus is going to be the F to the C to the G to the D minor, back to the F, back to the C, and then it lands on that G. And depending on where you are and how you want to do it, you can play the G here, you can play the G here, or which this one here, typically I do at the end of the tune as it's getting ready to go out. So that's my take on the breakup song. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it helps you out. I think it's an easy one if you're looking for a tune to play. You're in a band and you got to throw together like a 4-chord song, 5-chord. You know, it's the 5th chord is at D minor. There's not much going on there. So good luck with it. All right. See you later. Hey everyone, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I'm going to run through a tune I've been playing with my band Background Noise right now. Pretty cool to play. I kind of just do a lot of the rhythm patterns on this one. We have a second guitar player who kind of handles some of the keyboards. So I do the rhythm parts and then the solo, if you want to call it a solo. Right, so really how this riff kind of starts off, obviously, there's the cowbell, you know. And what I'm doing here is the intro. So what I'm doing is I'm playing a B power chord, the B5. And all I'm doing is I'm walking this note, which is the F sharp. I'm going to walk it from the 4th fret, and I'm going to go to the F, and then to the E bass, I guess it is. Right? And I'm keeping the bass note right here on the 2nd fret, 5th string. Keeping that B bass note. And again, listen to the song to get the rhythm patterns. I'm really not going to go through strumming and all that. I want to kind of give you the notes and the chords, and you can go back and listen to it, okay? Okay, that's the first part of the riff. And then we're going to go to an open E, to the first fret, to the second fret. And I'm using an open A as a kind of like my turnaround note. So all together. So basically it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then it's again 1, 2, 3, but I'm going with the open A instead of the open E. Okay, repeats. And then we come to the verse. And what I'm doing here is I'm playing basically, for the most part, power chords. All I'm doing is playing that same B5, but I'm just kind of playing the chord. So again, listen to the song for the pattern. I then go to the G. It repeats itself. Now instead of going to the G, it's actually a G sharp minor to an E. Now when you go from the B to the G and then back to the B, there are some turnaround bass notes. I can never get it right. I always play different things. So I kind of just play as I'm hearing it, you know, as I'm playing it, I'm feeling it. That's the first one. I'm going to go to a G. And that's where so I usually kind of play an open E or an A, or an open A. And I just kind of hit those notes and I slide into that B again. So if I'm doing it, change to the G. That's my turnaround. Back to the B. At you. Oh. Right. Everyone's wondering. Right? So we're doing that. Again, back to the B. To the G sharp minor. To the E. Now for the chorus, I've kind of reeled it in a little bit. I'm just strumming a chord maybe once or twice. Everybody's moving, right? For the weekend. Okay. Everybody wants a new romance. And then I throw an A in there. Right? So it's a D and a G, and then D, G, A. But in between, you're going to hear, right? So it's going to, and then the turnaround back to D. Right? So again, listen to the strumming pattern. I probably put a little too much effort into that A, but that's how that goes, okay? But then it's a, okay, again. And then if you want a piece of my heart, you're back to that intro. Right? Right, we're gonna keep doing that. So you finish that, and then before going to the next verse, there's this fill. So it's really kind of based off the G. So, right, I'm gonna skip the A string. I'm going to the 5 on the D. 4. So you're playing those notes. You're going to have to listen to the song though, but it's me. So you're going to be cutting out some notes here and there, okay? But all of them are going to be right here on the D string, 5th, 4th, 2nd fret, even open, okay? But it all kind of comes off of this G on the 3rd fret, 6th string. Right? And then you're going to go back into the verse.
to the G. And now that's pretty much the entire song. It just repeats the different parts of the song. The only thing you're going to add right now is the solo. If you want to call it a solo, it's more of a big fill. What I've done just to make life easier for me, I just play a G chord, but in the D shape, right? Here's a D, but I'm going to play that chord right here, which now becomes a G. And all I'm doing here is just strumming it, aggressively picking. And all I do to kind of get to that next tonal shape, I just bar the first string, second string, and third string on the 7th fret. Okay? That's all the shapes you're doing here. Now you can figure out different ways if you want to do this. I just find it easier just fretting it that way and then that way. Okay? And he's probably, I think Paul Dean's probably using some wah-wah in there as well. You know, and then if you want, you can probably just, you know, mute it, do some different things if you don't have that wah-wah, which I don't use. All right, and then it goes back to the, right, it'll go through that again. The only difference now is at the end of the song, right, lands on that, and then the final hit, just a bar chord, a B chord. That's it. So I'm hoping that helped you out. Fun tune to play, great tune from the 80s. Loverboy off the Get Lucky album. Enjoy. I'll see you on the next one.
Tune you probably know, Summer of '69 by Bryan Adams, a big hit, early 80s. And then sometime after that, he did an acoustic version. I guess it was back on MTV Unplugged when MTV was still MTV and did MTV things. So the key is the same for both tunes, whether it's off the album or the Unplugged. Really, the only difference is it was the intro he did for the Unplugged, and we'll go over the entire song. So whatever you see here for the acoustic guitar, you can lend itself to electric guitar, you know, rhythm anyway. And then you know, maybe down the road I'll do another version to kind of dive a little bit deeper into the lead parts of it, at least, you know, what I play with my bands, what I'm doing now, what I've done in the past. The chords, though, for this tune, just so you know what we need to learn here, or to know for the song, is your D and your A. You got a B minor. There's a G. And then during the bridge, the key changes. It's going to go to an F, to a B flat, and then also another bar chord you can throw in there, depending on how you want to do it, is the C with the root on the 3rd. Okay, that bar chord. So the intro starts on a D, and if you know the typical intro would be. So all you're doing there is it's a power chord, a D chord, and then palm muting. Unplugged, a little bit different. It's arpeggiated. You're playing the open chord here, the D chord, just like that, right? So, and all you're doing is picking the notes up towards you. So go from the high E and up. And the D chord is actually is a suspended too. So, you know, you're playing normal Ds like this. Just take your middle finger off so that high E string is open. So instead of this, that's your chord. And it's 1, 2, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3. And then we put our finger back. 1, 2, 3. And then we add our pinky. 1, 2, 3. And then we go back down. So it's. Right? So it's open, 2nd fret, 3rd fret. Okay? And then when we take our finger off for the last time, all we're doing is 1st string, 3rd string. So it's open, 3rd, and then back to the 1st, but in traditional G with your middle finger on the high E string. So that pattern is going to be this. Okay? one more time. All this is going to be on the first 3 strings. And I'm actually counting out 1, 2, 3, meaning strings 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1. Okay? We're going to move to an A shape. Same thought pattern. You're going to go from, again, the traditional A, but we're going to start on suspended A. And then we're going to go to, you know, right? So it's going to sound like this. So it's the same thing we're doing for the D, but just on the A chord, okay? So suspended chord, so it's open, open, 2, 2, and then the open A, which I don't think we hit for this part of it, okay? So it's going to be 1, don't want to do 1, 2, 3 because it'll confuse you, but we'll just go, I'm going to say 2, 3, 4 for the strings. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, right? So 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 2. Okay, again, same thing with the opens and just kind of gonna, you know, bring in those suspended chords. So it's open, A sus 4. If you don't rush close to the heart. Right? So it's 2, 3, 4. Again, not the fingering, I'm just doing the strings, okay? So it's gonna be strings 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 2. Okay? And once you get that down, that's the main theme and pattern throughout the tune. Okay? Right? That's the tune right there. So that you continue to play through the verse. And then it's going to change, you know, to the part standing on your mama's porch. You're going to go to the B minor, and you can either strum that, or you can just arpeggiate those notes. So it's B minor, A, D, to the G, B minor again, to the A, and that's it. So the pre-chorus of the, or I guess the chorus, it's the pre-chorus or the chorus. I guess it's kind of like a little bit of both. Right? So you got those 4 chords right back into the actual chorus, I guess. Right? So that just repeats. It's going to go back into that pre-chorus / chorus again, and then you go into the bridge. And it's just, you got to know your bar chords on this one, only because we're already playing, you know, no capo at this point, so you're not going to switch to a capo in the middle of playing. Maybe you can, I don't know. But it's going to be an F. Well, we were killing time, we were young and restless. B flat, C, and needed to unwind. Back to the B flat. I guess nothing lasts forever. So all this is an F to a B flat to the C, back to the B flat, and we're going to repeat for the most part. F to the B flat to the C, and it just holds there instead of going back to the B flat. And that's really the bones of the song right there. I mean, obviously, you know, when you're playing with the lead, it's going to go into this. Right, so that's kind of more the lead stuff, but it's really very doable. So give this a shot. I mean, that's kind of the song when you break it down to just the acoustic guitar. And even if you can't do the arpeggios, okay, you know, strum it. And there's your song. So that's really, again, the B minor to the A, to the D, to the G, back back to that D and the A. You got the bridge. There you go. So enjoy this one. Always a good one to play. Fun song, probably one of my favorites from the 80s. Just because I remember it from, you know, just the video and all that stuff. So good time, good memories. So enjoy this. You know, comments below, requests, let me know. Probably gonna do another. I might do Run to You by Bryan Adams down the road, full electric with that. You know, the whole. But it's gonna be in a different key because he does put the capo on the second fret. But either way, we'll go over it. So we'll see you next time.